Hey everyone, Caffeine Man here, and it is time that we do this. All you gamers out there, and everyone else, you wanted to know which one is better, GFuel or C4 Smart Energy. Most of you, you know who you are, think that you know the answer, but I am here to let you know the truth. Coming right up. Hello again everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. If you want to stay informed on all things caffeine related, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I post new videos every Tuesday night and one on the weekends. And why am I talking so fast? Because I have a lot of information to go over and I do several reviews on the weekend, so I might have a lot of caffeine going through my system. And in today's video, well, let's slow it down because we got a battle going on here. I mean, I try to avoid conflict on my channel, but you can't always be the peacekeeper. And sometimes when educating people, as good as it is, the truth can hurt. And in versus videos, there's always going to be someone who gets hurt, someone who's going to be sad, and the other side is going to be happy. It's just how it goes. That being said, enough with the drama, Caffeine Man. Let's be honest, if you've seen a Caffeine Man video and are a fan of the channel, you know what I'm about to say. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy all the content I have to offer. I do a lot of energy drink reviews, as well as some caffeine safety videos, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. But I always give honest reviews, and nothing is going to have me stray from that. In this versus video, I am going to provide you with the facts. I am also going to compare all the information in both drinks, and then two things are going to happen. One, I'll let you know which one I prefer, and two, I will let you guys decide who you think the winner is, and leave me a comment down below of what your choice is. I'm going to count up all those votes over a 1 week span and post the results in a community post to see who's going to win this battle. Is it GFuel or C4 Smart Energy? I may or may not put timestamps down below because I'm not really sure where this video is going to go. It's more stream of thought really. But I know I got plenty of skippers that just want to know the end result and cut out all that chit chat. Dang skippers. So maybe I'll put some down there. So let's get started. Yeah, I know I already get started, but let's get started for reals this time. That way all those people that like to say, oh, video starts at timestamp, blah, 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 can get on with it. And the first thing that I would like to let you know is that both of these companies are amazing companies. I mean, spectacular companies. They both do a great job with their drinks. And if you didn't know it, I've rated almost all of the drinks really high scores. When it comes to GFuel, I've rated tons of them with great scores. And in the same regard, when it comes to the C4 drinks, also given them favorable results. That being said, I do want to mention that I am a C4 sponsor, but I'm not going to let that interfere with me presenting the facts to you. And whenever I mention my opinion, I will let you know it's my opinion to separate my opinion from fact. So it's because I'm sponsored doesn't affect the facts of this video. So we're going to get started with the first category, which is the easiest one to compare and one of the most important topics in my opinion, as well as highly debated topics, and that is caffeine content. GFuel comes in with a whopping 300 milligrams of caffeine in it, whereas C4 Smart Energy has 200 milligrams of caffeine. And although it seems clear that GFuel is definitely the winner when it comes to the amount of caffeine in their drink, as with most things in life, more isn't always better. So the first thing that you have to look at when it comes to caffeine content is what works for your needs. Some people are more sensitive to caffeine and need less, and some people have built up a tolerance to caffeine and need more to be effective. Now in both of those cases, the number of those people combined are less than the median. So for accurate information, we're going to talk about the average person so that we can focus on the average numbers of the average person. And once again, your personal needs are your own, so they might not fit into this average category. According to a medical study done in Canada, 200 milligrams is the optimal amount for working out, and 300 milligrams of caffeine was considered excessive and unnecessary. When it comes to nootropic energy drinks, the same can be said for the amount of energy you get from those numbers, but it's also a matter of what nootropic ingredients you have in those drinks and how much of them to see if they're going to offset the effects of caffeine. We will get into those ingredients in just a few minutes, but I don't want to leave the topic of caffeine before letting you know what kind of caffeine is in these drinks. C4 Smart Energy uses 200 milligrams of Innova Tea, and Innova Tea is a registered trademark, high-quality, natural caffeine made from green tea. Since it's natural caffeine is known to give you a longer lasting energy because it's processed slightly slower through your body. As for GFuel, although GFuel does have green coffee bean extract and green tea extract, they are close to the last ingredients on the list. with caffeine being much, much, much higher up in the ingredients list. So you're going to be getting nearly the full 300 milligrams of synthetic caffeine in GFuel. Unlike natural caffeine, synthetic caffeine is produced in a lab and commonly added to packaged foods and soft drinks like sodas, juice, chewing gum, different candies, and energy drinks. And the reason it's so heavily used is because one, no one ever really questioned it or cared about it, and two, it's just so much more expensive to get natural caffeine than synthetic caffeine, so the companies never used it. But as energy drinks are evolving and people are getting to be more concerned about their health, as well as the effectiveness of what they're putting into their bodies, there are a lot more people that are starting to like natural caffeine, and you can tell because a lot more energy drinks are starting to use it. Companies like Reign, Adrenaline Shock, Triton, and several other companies, including C4 Smart Energy. Next up, we're going to talk about variety, and in this category, GFuel definitely wins hands down because they have 27 different flavors. And I'm just talking about the can line. We're not even going to be talking about powders in this video. So yeah, 27 is a lot of drinks. They just keep pumping out the flavors. It's almost like they're in competition with Ray's to see how many flavors they can come out with in a year. 27 is a lot, and it's a lot more compared to C4 Smart Energy, which only has 6 flavors in their line. And although I think those 6 C4 flavors are delicious, when it comes to variety, GFuel just has a lot more variety. But speaking of flavor, let's take a closer look at how they rated on the Caffeine Man rating chart. All but one of the C4 Smarts rated over 9, and the one that was lower than 9 was an 8.5. Now when it comes to GFuel, more than half the drinks in their line rated 9 or higher, which is amazing, but that leaves all the rest in the 8s or a bit lower. Therefore, when you look at all the numbers and try and get an average for the company, you're going to see that C4 actually scores a higher score with a 9.283 compared to GFuel's score at 8.815. If you actually like this comparison system, I actually just did a video last week on the top 20 energy drink companies based on the Caffeine Man rating chart, where you can see not just these 2 scores for the company, but for the top 20 companies of energy drinks. I will include a card above to take you there when you want to check it out. It's time to get nerdy and talk some science when we get into these ingredients. We're going to be starting off with what GFuel has, and GFuel has some antioxidants in their drink. If you actually look at the last 7 ingredients, they're all antioxidants. And you got green coffee bean extract, green tea extract, turmeric extract, tart cherry, blueberry, broccoli and kale. Broccoli and kale? Did you know that they have broccoli and kale in their drinks? They're sneaking it in there. Oh my goodness, GFuel tricking you guys. We know a lot of you gamers tend to be a little bit younger and you don't like broccoli and kale. But GFuel, oh, those sneaky people. Broccoli and kale, you guys. I know you don't like broccoli and kale. GFuel should be disqualified just for that. I'm sure I got a couple of people mad. GFuel's tricking you. But since they are the last 7 ingredients on the list, there's probably not much in there, but as the saying goes, a little bit of antioxidants is better than no antioxidants. GFuel also has a few electrolytes in there, one of them being potassium beta-hydroxybutyrate. This helps support electrolyte balance and provides a boost in energy as well as weight loss. It's also known to help with cognitive function. Now the biggest problem we have with the GFuel list is that they don't actually list the dosages of the ingredients, and even though they are supposed to put them in the order that they have the most of to the least of, when you look at several different cans, they're all over the place with their ingredients because they moved them around a little bit. If you look at this picture, this is the nutrition facts of their rainbow sherbet, and they have L-theanine kind of near the end of the list. But if you look at some of their newer packaging, L-theanine is way up there above caffeine, but it is included with their amino energy blend. So when you combine it in that group with other ingredients, the total number of that group ends up being higher than caffeine, but you don't know how much of each ingredient is in there. Like I said, if you look at L-theanine on the older can, it is a decent amount lower than caffeine, and that's one of the few numbers we know as a comparison. And why is this so important? Well, it's important because we don't know if we're actually getting effective dosages of L-theanine and tyrosine. Those are going to be the 2 most important ingredients in this nootropic energy drink. We need to know if they're effective. Overall, when it comes to nootropic energy drinks, you want to have at least one of 3 different nootropic ingredients. The first one and most effective one is L-theanine, followed by acetylcholine and tyrosine. When it comes to L-theanine, the minimum effective dosage is 100 milligrams, but from where it is on the ingredients list, it's kind of hard to tell if it's at that number, but there's definitely a chance. As for tyrosine, you need about 150 to 300 milligrams to be effective, and it is a little bit higher on the list than L-theanine, but it's still lower than that caffeine, so we do know that it is a little bit higher, but still not sure if it's an effective dosage. And another reason why it's kind of important to know those dosages, besides being effective dosages, is because so many energy drinks in the past have been heavily criticized because they pixie dust a lot of their ingredients, and we don't want to have to be skeptical when it comes to these drinks, especially when we're comparing them. Therefore, you might be getting 2 potentially good nootropic ingredients in here, and we just have to hope that with the dosages that they're putting in there, it's enough to offset that whopping 300 milligrams of caffeine. As for C4 Smart Energy, we already talked about Innova Tea, so I'll skip over that one. And similar to GFuel, C4 Smart Energy does also have tyrosine in it, so they're both going to be sharing one of those same nootropic ingredients. But what about the other one? C4 Smart Energy doesn't actually have L-theanine in it, but it does have cognizin citicoline, and it's got 250 milligrams of that cognizin citicoline. Cognizin citicoline is a registered trademark brain-boosting citicoline which helps support mental focus and attention. In order to consistently maintain your focus and concentration, your brain needs a decent amount of ongoing energy, as well as healthy communication between neurons. Cognizin helps support healthy brain function, but it also protects your neural structures against free radical damage. Overall, it is essential to healthy brain function, helps focus and concentration, and the minimum effective dosage is 250 milligrams, which is how much is in this drink. Therefore, when it comes to the ingredients, I feel, and feel being a matter of opinion, that the C4 Smart Energy does have better ingredients just based on the fact that we know there are effective dosages in the drink. GFuel does give you nootropic ingredients as well as some antioxidants and electrolytes, we just don't know how much of each. Next up, I'm going to tell you my experiences with these drinks. This really isn't opinion, it's just an example of how they affected me and my body. When it comes to GFuel, I definitely get a lot of energy out of it, and I do actually feel a little bit hyper. I think that the 300 milligrams does push me over the edge just a little bit more than I'd like to be at, and I don't really think the nootropics really balance it out all that well. Now, the nootropic ingredients in there do definitely work. They definitely work because, trust me, if I have a bang, I get hit with some energy, definitely hyper, and definitely a lot of energy out of that. So definitely, GFuel does cut back on that amount of energy that I would get from another 300 milligram drink, but I still do get more energy out of it and a little bit of hyperness, more so than the C4 Smart. Now, when it comes to the C4 Smart Energy, I do feel that I get a cleaner, smoother energy out of it. And I say smoother because I don't feel as energized or hyper with higher milligram energy drinks, but I do feel the energy lasting a little while longer. I can honestly say that I do feel the nootropic ingredients working. It does help with my focus and concentration. And since it is slightly less caffeine and it's a natural caffeine, it does last longer for me. Now, I know some people are still going to say that I'm biased based on my sponsorship with C4, but I did do all of my C4 Smart Energy reviews well before I was even sponsored by C4. And I even did a giveaway of my own product that I paid for with my own money because I wanted to let other people know how effective this drink was. And I even did a second video that I'm going to put up here where those winners of the contest actually told me how they felt when they drank them. Definitely feel free to check out that video. A lot of good information about the effectiveness of this drink. 1000% unbiased opinion, just like me, if you don't want to believe me. Let's get back to the facts though. Based off what I just told you about how I felt about the drinks, and now knowing the ingredients in these drinks, with 300 milligrams of caffeine, GFuel is definitely going to hit you with a stronger amount of energy, being that it's a synthetic caffeine, and that they're giving you so much more caffeine. And we are also going under the assumption that they may or may not be giving you slightly less nootropic ingredients, and we could assume that because the nootropic ingredients aren't working all that well, given how hyper you get and the amount of energy from the drink. Therefore, GFuel is going to give you a more powerful energy, whereas C4 Smart is going to give you a more cleaner energy. Which one of those is better is all based on your personal preference. Last category we're going to talk about is the marketability and audience. This category is just as it sounds and is based on who these drinks are marketed to and how large of an audience that they cater to. We all know that GFuel targets gamers specifically, and gamers make up a huge percentage of the subcategory of energy drinks. The largest percentage of subcategory energy drinks is pre-workout energy drinks. And as a side note, some people might be saying, what's this subcategory of energy drinks? Well, you have the category of energy drinks, which encompasses all the energy drinks, but then you also have subcategories like pre-workout drinks, nootropic drinks, healthy all-natural drinks, and so forth. So GFuel is a nootropic drink that focuses on gamers. Now what about C4 Smart? Well, C4 Smart is also in the subcategory of nootropics, but they actually market to everybody because anyone can use this drink. It can be a direct competitor to GFuel because it's great for gamers based on the facts of the nootropic ingredients, as already mentioned. It's just going to be a matter of what each gamer prefers, more hyper energy or more subdued energy and focus. But besides being for gamers, C4 Smart Energy is also good for 9-to-5 workers trying to focus on their job and just get through their day. It's great for emergency workers who work long hours but need to be focused on their job, stay sharp. It's great for college students cramming for exams. They need energy and focus. Pretty much anyone can gain value from a cleaner, long-lasting energy and more focused energy, helping C4 Smart Energy being for a much wider audience. Whereas GFuel usually isn't really seen in office buildings and used by hospital staff. So let's go ahead, let's take a look at all this information, do some comparisons, and I'll put up a graph so that we can do a much better comparison, see what we're looking at. I'll put up my chart right here. First off, we're going to take a look at variety, and we know that GFuel definitely wins in the category of variety. Next up, we're going to look at flavor, and according to those average scores, we're going to put the check mark next to C4 Smart Energy. For the ingredients, it is unfair to say who wins the ingredient battle because GFuel does have nootropic ingredients, and even though we don't know the dosages, we can't assume that they're underdosed, we can't assume they're overdosed. So I'm going to give them the check mark anyway, but I am definitely going to give a check mark to C4 Smart Energy because we know that they have effective dosages. Caffeine content, well, we know where that check mark is going. GFuel's definitely got more caffeine. And in similar regards, we're going to be talking about energy output, and with that higher caffeine content, GFuel is definitely going to have the higher energy output. But when we look at effective caffeine, C4 Smart has 200 milligrams is the effective dosage, and we also know that they have effective dosages of all the other ingredients, and they have a great synergy together to give you a much cleaner, longer lasting energy. C4 Smart is going to get the check mark for effective caffeine. Marketability and audience, C4 Smart Energy can be used by anybody and marketed to everyone, whereas GFuel, as a nootropic, is geared towards gamers. Not everyone wants a 300 milligram energy drink. So when we look at all those check marks, everything seems to be relatively even. I knew we were going to have a close battle here. So it is definitely going to come down to personal preference, as we already know, but I did say I was going to tell you what my personal preference is. I feel that I've presented you with a very strong argument, and it's for the C4 Smart Energy. They are backed by science. They do tell you the effective dosages. They do have great flavors, and I personally feel that they work for me. They give me a longer lasting, cleaner energy with focus and concentration. They're also giving you 200 milligrams of caffeine, and if you didn't know, you're not supposed to exceed 400 milligrams of caffeine a day. And I like to get my caffeine from lots of different sources throughout the day. 300 milligrams in one can is just way too much all at one time. But there are definitely going to be some people that do like to be a little bit more hyped up when they're playing their games. They do want a little bit more energy for a shorter duration of time. And some people might just need 300 milligrams to keep them going because they have a higher caffeine tolerance. And sometimes you want to have more options than just 6 flavors. You're going to want to grab yourself a Bahama Mama, maybe even a Hype Sauce, or even a Bobby Boysenberry. Yeah, Bobby Boy. Guys, you gotta check out this video. I actually wrote a rap, and actually, I think I heard it on the radio the other day, or it could have been in my imagination, but you should check out just the first couple of minutes of that video for the Caffeine Man rap. But all that being said, listen, I have no ill will towards GFuel. I love the GFuel flavors. You can tell by the Caffeine Man rating chart that I love the flavors. But at the end of the day, for many, many reasons, I'm going to be going with the C4 Smart Energy. Now, if you are a gamer or someone who is into nootropics, I definitely encourage you to try both drinks out and give me your opinion on which one works for you and which one you like better. If you are a GFuel lover and want to throw shade at me in the comments, I find that perfectly acceptable. Do your thing, but I do ask you to be fair and at least try the C4 Smart Energy so that you have a good comparison. We all have to try different things in life. And if you're already someone who likes C4 Smart Energy, well, you are what you drink and pretty smart. Be sure to leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you're Team C4 or Team GFuel. Like I said, I will be adding up those comments and getting you guys a grand total at the end of the week. And if you are looking to save 20 to 30% on C4 Smart Energy or any of the C4 products, you can check out Cellucor and use coupon code CAFFEINE to save 20 to 30% off. Thank you so much for putting up with me today. I really do appreciate it, and until next time, have yourselves a great day. Or night.